Hey, what's up, guys? Ricky here. How you doing? Let me share my screen quick before I do that. Um, what's up? What's up? What's up? Glad that you guys got on for Media Dollars. I'm doing part 3 live of my How to Become a Millionaire workshop. All right, that I figured I'd just gift everybody with. It's going to be very inspirational and things that I've been doing to achieve success in my life. If you haven't seen this already, you could just go to the URL I'm gonna put in the chat box. And what's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Okay, this will bring you to the announcement sections of the Keep It Moving group, and you can see there's part 1 over here, part 2, restructuring your life. So like, it's just a lot of stuff that I've been digging into in the past couple of months, and really reconstructing myself to become a better version of myself, as well as speed up productivity, get my projects done at warp speed, and finally keep the money that I make. Okay, I've made a lot of money in my career, and I gave away a lot of money. I've lost a lot of money. It's just that could be a whole nother session on all the mistakes I've made in my business. And I just wanted, to create these kind of series for you, because there's a lot of people that hit me up via email and don't know how to make any money online whatsoever. They don't know how to start e-commerce. They don't know the opportunities that exist. A lot of people struggling, and I hate seeing it. And at one point in my life, I was struggling really bad. Okay, I know how it is to be broke. Know how it is to not have money to do anything. Okay, have to create it from free. Have to find work. Have to develop a skill. I started in this industry in 2002, 2003. That's when I started getting my feet wet in internet marketing. All right, so I'm glad that everybody came here. This is going to be recorded and put over here in the announcements. Okay, so this will be part 3. Tomorrow I got a special guest coming on who pretty much kills print on demand, knows how to do Etsy amazing. You may know him. His name is Nishant Bajwa. And he's going to come on and train you for holiday stuff. Okay, I got him to come on for the next 2 days and do that. So this will be the final part of the, pretty much how to become a millionaire, framework and mindset. I went through in the first video is the mindset and breaking that cycle, okay, of like your current patterns and cutting out distraction and bullshit in your life that may be holding you back, like sincerely holding you back. Then I went through over here, I went through a strategy of restructuring your clutter, your mess, restructuring your life pretty much, creating an execution plan and strategy that will force you to be productive if you follow it. I gave you good books and resources that I'm going through right now that is training my mental state to be very sharp. All right, and like you guys, if you guys don't know, send the videos. I had to cut out a big thing in my life, which was alcohol. I cut it about 7, 8 weeks ago now. And by the time you see this recording, or by the time someone sees this, could be months. Okay, I'm pretty much said good riddance. Now I got about a good hour to train you guys, and then I have very important calls. But I have a schedule today. Okay, so I'm gonna keep on point. I'll take some questions as you go along. So ask some questions, and hopefully I can answer them on time. All right, and I want to get started because there is a lot to cover here, and also it's going to give you ways to enhance what I went through in part 1 and part 2. Okay, and this should wrap it up, and if you guys take these 3 videos and execute it, you're going to see results. I can actually guarantee you that you're going to see results, because I went through it and I am seeing 3x my results in my income, in my productivity, in my choice making, in my pattern interruptions, in my creativity, and everything else. So you just got to cut the bullshit out, okay, and just get it done. Straight. That's my next tattoo. I got keep it moving. Next one is gonna be get it done. So I'll be like, yo, keep it moving, get it done. All right, guys. So I'm going to get going. All right, so let's come over here. What we're going to talk about today is something that is taught in a lot of self-help books, as well as the Miracle Morning book that I want you guys to get. And if you didn't get that, go watch video 1, video 2, and go do it. It's very important just to take action immediately. Like, just stop waiting. Just, okay, don't say I'll get it tomorrow. Just go get it. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. That's first pattern interrupt you got to do to yourself. Stop procrastinating, pushing things off that you know you need to do. And I said in my first video, there's probably 3 things in your head right now that you know you need to do without anybody coaching you, without your mother telling you, without your significant other telling you. You just know you need to get it done. You're just not doing it. All right. And I face the same kind of problems, where I know I need to get shit done and I just ain't doing it. Right. But like this session is going to be on working out your focus muscle and how to create money out of thin air. Because once you restructure your mindset and your time set, that's part 1. Once you have an execution strategy that you're going to follow almost religiously, that's part 2. Now it's time to put it into gear and create what they call a flight plan. Because what they said in the book was very, very, very good to me. Like it was woke me up. We all have a ground game. Our ground game is hustle, okay? Our day-to-day to get paid, our actions that we take to get paid, or if that may be building a store or learning entrepreneurship or speaking or consulting or just working at a job. That's your ground game, right? But a lot of people don't have a flight game. And they said a flight game is like your 30,000-foot view, all right, of where you're headed. And if you don't have an execution strategy, you'll never get there. Okay, so part 2 goes over that. All right, without me wasting any more time, let's get into part 3. And I'm not going to go fast, but I only have this hour. All right, so what we need to do is we need to break it down into 3 questions. All right, we need to what I need to keep doing, and let me make this page a little bit bigger so you guys can see. All right, what I need to keep doing. Next question. All right, I have my notes because I want to be very structured for this training. What I need to do, okay, what I need to start doing, what I need to start planning, and what I need to stop doing. Okay, that's the 3 questions that you gotta ask yourself. After you go through my part 1, part 2, then this is the next exercise. All right, what I need to keep doing, what I need to start doing and planning, and what I need to stop doing. So I wrote down a bunch of examples, all right? So I'm going to just drop them, copy and paste them in here, and we can go through them, go through them, all right? And let me just fix that. All right, so review your goals. Like if you went through part 2, you'd understand how to make your goals already and how to execute them. So I'm not going to cover that, all right? So that's all done in part 2, and I don't have the time to cover it again. Now, you're going to review your goals, and you're going to review your flight plan. And I discussed that in part 2 as well. Now, this is going to be a morning routine, like your goals and your reviews, and they call it affirmations and your goals and your next steps. You can think of them as living and breathing organisms. They will change in times. I was explaining that basically, like what I wrote down a month ago as my short-term goals, when I went and revisited them, like probably a couple of weeks later, I noticed that I consolidated a lot of that into like one thing. I hired a coach for a couple of things. I consolidated. I also noticed that basically my goals have changed a little bit. They may not be exactly what I wanted to do just 20 days ago. So you want to make a schedule for yourself. And that's what I talk about in part 2 is how to actually make a schedule where you're utilizing your time throughout the day for productivity, for health, for wealth, and for relaxation. So you can schedule your day out to do that. All right. And I've done that and I gave you my schedule. Scheduling your time for reading and writing. Okay. Very, very important. I do this in the morning times between 5 o'clock and 5 o'clock and 8:30 is where I gave myself that window of time where I can get my exercise done, I can get my reading done, I can get my inspiration out, I can get my writing done, I can review my goals, stuff like that. That's what I need to keep doing, right? Understanding your financial situation. Actually, my bad, I screwed that up a little bit. Hold on. What I need to keep doing was this. Sorry. Give me a second. I copy and pasted the wrong thing. But I hope you're getting this anyway. All right. Okay, what I need to start doing. All right. So what I need to keep doing is, I'm sorry about that, but like it all flows together. There's no, let me just say this, there's no like perfect system. You're gonna have to create your own system out of this. I can only give you the framework that I'm following and basically what I'm doing and what I'm trying to explain to you. So consistent action on what's working for you. So if you see that you're making money doing this, then stop looking at other things to make money. Okay. So basically, Mary says, where do I find this? Look at the link in your question box. It's on the Keep It Moving TV announcements. All right, but like, okay, so I'll answer questions as much as possible. Consistent action on what's working for you. All right, focus on one task at a time till it's done. Now, in part two, I get that. I know I structure that for you, so you'll have that focus. Follow my part two rapid execution plan. Okay, so it's very, very important that you go through part two, and I can't express it enough. And some people told me like, wow, like you laid it out for me. I just need to start doing this. All right. So what I need to start doing in planning was I was just talking about reviewing your goals. Okay. Setting that time in your schedule to be able to have the time for reading and writing and exercising and meditations and silence and all that other great stuff. Okay. Understanding your financial situation. You'd be surprised how little we know about money, how little we know about our financial situation. And I've been reading this book that I recommended called Wealth Can't Wait, okay, by David Osborne. It's in the videos, okay, so don't worry if you don't see it here. It's in the videos, but it's teaching me how to create an incorporation around my whole life, not just around a business. I've always, hired accountants, and I've always, worked with accountants on strategizing financial, obligations, as well as, profit and loss statements and all that other stuff that just goes way over my head most of the time. And then when I went through this book, it started really making me see the importance and how you can actually incorporate that in your own life. Create a personal financial statement that has your income, whether it be from your active income, your jobs, or your business or whatever, or passive income like assets, rebills, and other good stuff. And it helps you break that down. So I recommend that you go get that book 100%. And maybe you're not exercising. It's very important to exercise. Now, I hate to say this, my father's sick. He's had 4 heart attacks. He's went through a lot of stress in his life. He has 2 bad knees. He has 5 herniated discs. He's pretty messed up. So if you're in that kind of situation, you may not be able to exercise. And I really hate it because he really can't. Like even a walk to the bathroom is sometimes a struggle for him right now. And he's in his 70s. So like I hate to say that. All right. So if you're in that situation, you're watching this, then you're gonna have to exercise your focus muscle, your brain, okay, and make sure that's your sharpest tool. My grandmother passed away at 95 years old, but one thing she never lost was her brain. Her brain was always active. She didn't have dementia or Parkinson's or any of that, like my grandfather died from. But like she basically had her mind. She knew what was going on, okay. But if you can exercise, even if it's a walk down the block or it's a walk on a treadmill for 20 minutes, listen to the audiobooks while you're doing it. Bang out 2 things, all right? That's what you need to start doing if you're not. Eating foods that are healthy. I'm a victim of that. I'll fall into traps where I just eat like junk, and then I feel like shit. I mean, there's nothing else about it. Eat like junk, you feel like shit, all right? And there's many times that, we eat a big-ass meal, and then we're bloated, and then we don't feel good the next day or in a few hours. Well, they describe, and I've been looking into it even more, is more or less like know the consequence of what you're eating. I never thought of it like that. A lot of people say take the taste, like they take the taste first and the consequence later. So I want that Big Mac and fries, and it tastes really, really good. All right, but then an hour later you feel like crap. You feel exhausted. You're fatigued. So what they do, I mean, the most wealthy do, is they'll introduce a food, and then they'll basically like see an hour later how it affected them. Like, does it make them more groggy? Does it make them more tired? Now, I'm not saying don't eat good stuff, but I'm saying like basically there is an energy optimization strategy that the wealthy use okay, to become, multi-millionaires and 100 millionaires is because like they optimize their body, they optimize their time, they optimize their schedule. And you know what? I'm gonna be completely blunt with you. I follow this, but not religiously. Okay, there's no way I can follow this religiously. My plan for myself, and I hope I can give you guys, is that you get into such a routine with this that you just naturally are going to start doing this. Maybe it'd be little steps here and there. All right. Good habits on resting and sleeping. My sleep was all out of whack, especially when I was like drinking a lot of alcohol. Like my sleep was all out of whack. I was literally like, getting to sleep 3 o'clock in the morning, or on phone calls with California or Australia, or like, different time zones. And I'd be up to 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I would just keep pouring that drink, talking, keep pouring that drink, talking, getting up 12 o'clock, it was all over the freaking place. I had no structure in my sleep. I was tired half the day. And I guess I'm just productive because honestly, I got a lot of things done. But at the same note, I know I wasn't being optimal. So now I'm trying to get to sleep at like 10 o'clock, 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock's pushing it. But I'm starting to wake up 5 o'clock now naturally. Like 4:45, I woke up today and I was just up. I didn't feel groggy. I didn't feel sick. I didn't feel like I needed coffee, even though I love drinking coffee. That's the first thing I do in the morning anyway. I'm just a coffee drinker. And I replaced my habit with drinking with like tea. I'm like addicted to tea now for some reason. Like I just drink a lot of different teas, like whatever. Okay. Self-leadership and accountability. Okay. Be responsible for your own actions. Okay. Don't have the victim mindset. All right. We've been taught like, different things, and we need to adjust our learning on like say money, or how we were taught to do certain things and how we were talked down to in our childhood memories. We need to like rethink that, unthink it. I mean, I had a really rough past, okay, and it held me back for a lot of time. All right. So just being a leader to maybe that be your child, or maybe it be somebody that needs help, or a group, or something like that. That's going to help keep your own self accountable, so that you are practicing what you preach. So when, like, one of the things they said in these books is, when you expect to be wealthy, you're going to be wealthy. If you neglect it and you say, I can't do this, I can't do that, then you're never going to have it. It's all mindset, okay? And adjusting what I call time set, all right? And then having silence. Having silence in your day is going to be very, very important. Like, I don't care if that's sitting in your car, drinking a coffee without no iPhone, no phone, no book, no radio on, and you're just relaxing, okay? You could do meditation. Okay, I'm starting to explore that now, because I always hated meditating because I would never meditate correctly. One of my coaches said that you're either in an alpha state or a beta state. He says more people in a beta state, so they can't relax their mind enough to get into an alpha state. So what happens there is that you're not properly meditating. So I'm trying to figure that out. It's going to be like, working your focus muscle and doing all this type of stuff is more like you're going to get better at it as you do repetitive things. Just like working out at the gym, you're just basically going to build that muscle as you keep breaking it down and building it back up. And that's what we got to do, okay? And then what do you need to stop doing? So what you need to stop doing, okay, I'm going to bring this over here, is let go of things, all right? Now, I'll, bring a quick story for you right quick, all right? My father, when he was getting really sick and he had his first heart attack, he started getting really, really depressed after that. Then he had another major heart attack, which almost killed him. He lost jobs and all that stuff, right? And I'm a young teen, and I'm not being the best I could possibly be. I'm running on the streets. I'm getting high all the time. I'm rapping everywhere. I'm in projects. I'm getting locked up and all this other shit. Well, basically, like, he became a hoarder, like a hoarder. Like, there was like boxes and boxes of shit all around, like FedEx. He used to run an eBay business back from 2003, 2004. So like, he'd have boxes and labels and envelopes and shredded bags and garbage bags and things. You couldn't even find a freaking couch. You know what I'm saying? My boy John Gadash, who's on this call with me right now, he's just here, just supporting me. But like, he remembers what it used to be. I know John since third grade. Like, he remembers, like, I'm like, yo, John, just come sit on the couch. He'd be like, where is the couch? I'm saying, like, I don't fucking know. Like, where is the freaking couch, right? So like, let go of things mentally and physically hoarding. So what they describe is like, start with a singular drawer. clear out a junk drawer, clear out a mailbox, clear out a box. Just, he says that these small little steps that you take, okay, are going to build momentum in cleaning. And the more decluttered you can make your mind and your physical area, work environment, the better you're going to be at focus, the better you're going to feel at doing a productive task. Okay, stop eating crap. That's pretty hard. I'm the type of guy that wants to go up and have, like, a couple of M&Ms here and there, or or like have a cookie at night. You know what I'm saying? And you got to stop some of that stuff and get your body used to having a schedule for that. I know it sucks, but like, if you want to be optimal, fine. I can't live that like religiously, but I'm trying my best to curb it as much as possible. Okay, replying to texts and emails immediately. Okay, I stopped doing that a long time ago. Actually, I didn't need anybody to tell me that. I turn off my notifications when I'm in the focus mode. I tell my team don't bother me. I basically tell everybody don't bother me. I don't feel that I have to reply to you immediately. So if you just send me a text, doesn't mean I'm going to reply. You may get a reply from me like an hour, maybe 5 hours later. I may even forget to reply to you completely because it's not that important. If you have a job or an occupation where you have to reply, like life and death situations, like EMTs and paramedics and doctors, then that rule can't apply to you. But other rules can, like distractive social media. You want to actively have a time to go through that. You don't want to randomly just keep on picking up your phone to see, what's on social media, what's on the news. It'll still be there. You have hundreds of people writing about this shit every single day. It's archived in the internet. You can go to yesterday's news, and even the Google Assistant app, which I just recently found out, you can say, hey, Google, tell me the latest news, and it'll read you all the news that just happened in the past day. So like, you can optimize your learning or news intake and social media intake and all that other shit instead of just randomly like, oh, I'm bored and I'm tired, like I don't feel like doing this work. So you start scrolling on Facebook and you're looking at your shit and you're like, 20 minutes goes away and then you're like, fuck, I didn't get anything done. You know what I'm saying? So I've been a victim of that. Like I've been a victim of that as well, right? Also, what I didn't list here, which I forgot, which is like having like a relaxing music in the background. I'll drop some in the group that I use by like, some relaxing type of music sometimes in the background, or sometimes when I'm focused working, like writing copy or writing a webinar, or when I was programming, I would listen to nothing. It would just be blank, my brain on the screen, and that's it. And I usually have music playing in my head 24/7 if you're like me, so whatever. And also doing repetitive tasks, like doing the bills and doing services that you can delegate to others. Like I teach in e-commerce strategy and optimization and scaling your business, is there's going to be certain tasks that you just don't want to do, like accounting. All right, I don't even know how to do accounting that properly. I'm learning now finally, right? After all these years, you would think it would be very important to understand my accounting. I only understood the income that came in and the income that left. That's all I understood. I didn't understood all the nook and crannies about all these why they tucked it here, why they tucked it there. I never understood that. Now I'm taking it a little more seriously, because if I want to optimize myself, wealth, and teach my team to do the same thing, plus others, I have to lead by example, and I'm going to do that. All right, and stop responding to notifications. All right, do like you don't need Twitter on, Facebook on, freaking Instagram on, all these notifications, Messenger on. Like it's almost ridiculous. Your notification center could be mile long. It's almost like you're reading emails. You can schedule times for that. Maybe you want to go through okay, so like 5 to like 12, I'm doing my morning thing, and then 9 o'clock I'm starting. So about 12 o'clock, I'm doing my creativity work. I'm doing I'm like, this is creative to me. I'm training you guys. Like I love doing this type of stuff. So this is part of my creative work, right? And then like 12 to like, I don't know, 4, right? I'm doing basically calls. Maybe I'm looking at some social media. Maybe I'm catching up on politics. Maybe I'm helping my kid with some schoolwork. Maybe I'm walking my dog on the phone. I don't know. All right. I'm just giving myself that allocated time to do whatever I want to do. Okay. Then basically, after dinner, like say 6 o'clock to like 9 o'clock, I'm doing like coursework, or I'm doing video editing, or I'm building a funnel out that doesn't need that much brain power as far as like copying creatives and videos that I have to make from scratch. So I'm optimizing my time. to where I know that I'm more productive to do certain tasks and abilities. Okay. So I hope you guys are getting this. And I think, it's really rudimentary. I mean, this ain't like rocket science. I'm not telling you stuff that you probably don't already know. I'm just showing you, sometimes you just need to throw it in your face. All right. And that's what I needed. I needed that shit thrown in my face. Okay. So that I remember it and that also I'm executing on it. And execution is the most important thing. And that's what I went through in part 2. All right. So any questions on any of the above? I kind of feel like you don't really have them because it's really just straightforward. You just need to get it done. So if if something's working for you, like Shopify or Gear Bubble or say Slingly with Etsy or Amazon or whatever, don't give up. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Add more income streams as you grow. Okay. And you're going to make it work if you start doing what you're not doing. All right. And doing what you need to stop doing. That's when you're going to start to make this stuff work. Okay. Mary said, this is amazingly raw and awesome. I super appreciate the truth here. No doubt, Mary. I understand. I know a lot of people. Look, I pay attention to my support. Okay. I ask them questions almost weekly. What's going on? How are people feeling? All right. I give out my personal email just so I can hear from you. I want to know, what people are struggling with. Not that I could just create new products to sell you, but more, how can I make my trainings better? How can I help people get out of this mindset that we're all stuck in? All right. I was there myself. Okay. I was being sold left and right with no way out. And I get how that feels to be in an endless cycle of buying shit and never getting any results. I know how it feels. And I'm in your shoes on that note. Right. So let's take the next half hour and let's go through ways to make money. All right. Now, you'd be surprised at how many ways you can make money. I have a ton that I'm going to go through right now. Like, it's just a ton. Okay. I'm going to show you some examples and things you can do. Now, this is not just geared towards e-commerce, even though I got on the list, but this is geared if you're broke too. You got no money to spend. This is geared if you have money to spend. This is geared if you don't want to do Facebook advertising, okay, and spend money on traffic. This is geared for, putting your skills to work, putting your hustle to work, okay, getting your ground game going. All right, this is what this is geared to. So let me go start at the top of the list. And I'll put it over here. Okay, let me put this over here. Okay, let me drop that down a little bit to like maybe 13. All right. So services and freelancing. All right. So just a quick story. When I wasn't making any money online between 2003-ish and 2008-ish, that's how long it took me to figure out the game. I had to be a freelancer. I was a good programmer, and I pitched myself to restaurants. I applied for web designer jobs. I applied for warehousing application developers. I had my resume bulletproof, and I basically would go out to job sites and post. I did whatever I had to do to accelerate what I thought was going to be my full-time career, which was programming at the time, because I had a really, really creative bone for it, right? And you got things like Upwork. You can list yourself on Upwork, okay? You got Craigslist. You can list your services on Craigslist. You can even be in groups and say, listen, I'm a very good copywriter. I'm not trying to sell my services here, but if you guys need a copywriter, I'm happy to look at some of your work. Try to offer free advice to people. Don't just try to go bite for the sale. Approach it like a relationship. You help them first, they'll help you in return. Okay, that type of stuff. That law of attraction and that law of gratitude really does play. And I talk about that in part 1 and part 2. Okay, so there's things that you can do there. All right, that would, it's hustle. It's gonna be work, but you don't need money to start. Okay, you just need your mind, your skill, and you need a little bit of a hustle to go out and just ask people and not be afraid to be rejected. There was a time when I had an idea in 2003 where I was going to get all the restaurants in Staten Island, all their menus online. That was my idea, getthatmenu.com. I thought it was brilliant. I was like, all these restaurants are using Verizon and all these other yellow books. I said, I'm going to be the first to get all their menus online, and then I'm going to do discount marketing. I built the whole website from scratch because I'm a programmer, stayed up nights doing it. And then I went around Staten Island pitching the idea to restaurants and pizzerias. And guess what, guys? I got rejected 9 out of 10 times. Maybe I'd get someone to agree to give me that freaking menu for free. like, oh, thank you, sir. You just gave me the menu for free. I got discouraged and I quit. I freaking quit. In 2004, I got sick of it. I was like, this is never going to take off. Everybody uses other advertising services. Get that menu is going to be a waste of my time. I built all the systems for it that they can fax friggin' menus into me, and I'd read it in and put it on the website automatically. It was amazing. Now look at this shit. Open Table, friggin' Google menus, all this other shit. I gave up too early. I gave up on my dream. Maybe if I would have stuck to it, who the hell knows where I could have been, right? So like, just got to get that raw hustle, right? Easy peasy lemon cheesy here. Facebook Marketplace. List your items. De-hoard yourself and list your items. There's other people that will buy that. $30 here, $50 here, $200 here, $100 here. They pick up, give you cash. My wife does it all the time. She'll get like baby stuff and just sell it on the marketplace and come up with $200-300, and she's using that to buy some makeup or whatever. Like, you know, you could use it to do Facebook ads. Okay, you could use it for whatever you want to use it, but use it wisely. Okay, if you're in a situation where you don't have money, you need money now, maybe that be food, maybe that be saving till you have enough to buy that course you need to get into. Doing the research. There's many times I was broke and I sat there just researching all day, not executing, just researching things that I could do. All right, don't be afraid to put the time into the research. That's where you're going to get the most output from. Okay, blogging. Blogging is a long-term strategy here. Okay, so like, you can start a blog for absolutely free on WordPress.com. You don't need hosting, you don't need nothing, and you know, you can make it a daily thing. You wake up in the morning, you write a blog post, you get it out to the world. You do it every single day. Eventually, you start affiliating products like ClickBank and JVZoo, and you start recommending these products in your articles. Eventually, you know, momentum builds up, so you want to get your own WordPress hosting site, and you do move it there. Then it builds up even more, so you start learning SEO, okay, and you're learning how to get traffic to it for free. Then you start seeing money come in. It's a long-term strategy. Anybody could do this with literally with a Chromebook. You can get started in blogging and make passive income for yourself. It's not going to be immediately right now, but it's something that you want to be niche specific in, and you want to just focus and dedicate your time on. So my father does this wargaming stuff. He loves it. He used to paint all these miniatures. He has a blog that he creates, you know, all his wargaming stuff. It got to the point where, you know, when he was younger, companies would actually send him all this wargaming material for him to review. And then he was writing reviews for these things on his blog, and he was getting paid to do it and stuff like that. Okay, so you have to see like where the end is going to be for you once you start something. A lot of people just start something halfway or half-ass, don't have an execution strategy, don't have the mindset to do it, and just flop on their face and quit and move on to the next thing. And I know, because I've done it myself for 7 years until I focused. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is another free strategy over here. I know you probably heard this plenty of times. Start a Facebook group on X. That's almost like blogging. Okay, so you can have a fan page and a Facebook group that coincide with each other. In my Build Your Tribes training, okay, which I can get you the link for, but my Build Your Tribes training, I teach how to grow fan pages to 30-40,000 fans in a matter of days using $5 a day strategies. All right, you can build up a fan base really big, and then you can start a group on that, and you can start recommending the group products, services, affiliations, ClickBank. You can make yourself private labels. You can do a bunch of stuff once you have the momentum in the group. All right, you'll start making that money. You reinvest it wisely, reinvest it into your traffic, reinvest it into your research or tools that you need to run your business, like autoresponders and things like that, to build your email list. Because I'll tell you this much: the fastest way you can build your email list in any niche is the biggest way you're going to get paid immediately. Okay, so as long as you're providing value and good content, and also like you really care about people, people are going to see that, and people are going to respect you for it, and they will be willing to pay for your consulting and services. All right. So these are things that if you don't start now somewhere, or if you, I know there's other people too out there that had this before, built up warehousing, built up their businesses, brick and mortar businesses, was very successful, and everything flopped, whether it be the 2008 housing crash, or whether it be the .com stuff, like even that early, or whether it be they just got sick or something really bad, a tragedy happened that basically like that really like hurt them and their business. They had to shut things down, close their stores. I've met so many walks of people that had, you know, stuff like that happen to them, and this is their second comeback. Right, Mike Vilsain, my really good friend and who owns Groove Digital. I used to work for him. I was his lead developer. This is his third time around companies. He had setbacks in his life, but Mike Vilsain is not a quitter. Mike Vilsain just keeps on pushing forward, and he learned how to optimize himself earlier. Okay, and I really respect him for it. He's a guy you should be definitely following. Groove Digital and that family right there. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna bring this over here. Check this out, guys. I know this is probably like, let me blow your head with this stuff, right? Because actually, I'm just joking with that, because e-commerce, Etsy is free. It costs 20 cents a listing. Slingly has a free version. Okay, you can actually just go over here and sign up for Slingly for absolutely free. It's not going to give you all the bells and whistles of Slingly, all my 7-figure training, but it's going to get you my get you going stuff. It's going to get you my get you going 1.0 stuff. It's going to get you this type of training. All right, my bonus training is going to get you access to my team. It's going to get you access to thousands of products in the apparel and mug space. All right, it's going to give you access to Shopify. All right, so like it's things like that. All right, that you just take action. People ask me like, I don't know how to make money online. I'm like, all right, well, did you go through any of my training? And then I don't get a response. Or people will email me with one line. It just says like, I need help. Like, if you can't write a few sentences to me, I ignore it. All right. And I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like, I don't have the time for that crap. Like, if you can't write out, like, some people write me some really nice stuff, like really good couple paragraphs, explain the situation and everything. And I'm more than happy to help as I can. Okay. And, you know, I just want to see people not struggle, because I've watched my parents struggle for years as I was trying to figure out all this internet marketing shit. All right. But look, Gear Bubble is free. Research is free. You can design mugs. So check this out. I'm just gonna pull this up quick. All right. Research is free. You can come over here and just do like funny nurse mug. All right. So you can come over here and go to a niche like nurse, best fucking nurse ever. Right. So you could take something like this. Then you can come to canva.com. All right. I'll put the link in it down. I'll drop some of these links in the post. And they have tons of mug backgrounds that you could use. Gear Bubble has them. And like, you could just come here for free and you could design a mug. So like Canva works like this, watch. So if I go to Canva, okay, and you can do this completely free. You don't need any skills. Say you see this this mug, it got like, this shop got 5,990 reviews, and like you have reviews for this item, so you got a bunch of people that bought this. Or maybe you find a hot one that's like amazingly hot. You can basically just start designing this yourself with Canva. Just come over here and where is it? I want to design a mug. Okay, so I'm gonna design a mug. It brings you right into where you need to design a mug. You could choose templates, you can add photos, you could do your text, you can have these cool stuff here. You can like literally just design a mug. And if you look at Slingly, design mock-up specifications, we have it inside of Slingly, which in the free version, you can make black and white mugs all day. Then you have the ability to upload it to all these different platforms with the pro version. But with the free version, you can upload it to Shopify and get your traffic going that way. All right, like, as things go on and I involve with Slingly, involved with things, I'll see what people's needs are, and I'll probably open up more stuff, but I need feedback. Okay, so remember, I'm growing to, with my software, and I'm getting a lot of feedback from what people really need. And as things grow, I'm going to make adjustments. Okay, it's just how the business works. However, I'm just trying to show you this free way to do things. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and design a mug for you right now live. That would be idiotic for me. But you can go and get stock photos. You can go and get stock fonts. You can go put uploads here. You can go to Fiverr.com and pay $5. You can just basically say, I need this design, okay, redone, different fonts, okay, maybe put the heart somewhere else, or maybe this is a bad example, blah, 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 and I want it to look like something like this. You can get that done for $5. And if you're not willing to invest $5 to upload to Etsy, then you shouldn't even be in the online marketing business at all. Just trade services and be a freelancer and stuff like that, where you're gonna get the social aspect of talking to clients and stuff like that, okay? All right, so affiliate marketing, okay? This is like here. Okay, this wraps into a little bit other stuff that I was talking about. Okay, affiliate marketing, okay, which wraps into blogging, wraps into learning SEO, okay, wraps into Facebook fan groups and fan pages. Okay, you can go to ClickBank's marketplace. You could find what's their top selling products. You can create blogs around that niche. You can create Facebook groups around that niche. Like, if you find top sellers on JVZoo and top sellers on ClickBank, or top sellers in CPA networks, advertising networks, you'll know what niche that you need to focus on. And I'll tell you the three biggest niches that'll never ever change, which is health, wealth, and relationships. That'll never ever change. All right. So, like, you got to just have that ground game and hustle and the execution strategy to get yourself to at least step one, so you can move to step two and step three and evolve. Right? There's, like, unless you have money to burn on traffic, there's no easy way to get traffic. Like, there's no free way to get traffic. You're still going to pay for a blog hosting. You're still going to put sweat equity into it. You're still going to have to do keyword research. You're still going to have to do stuff like that. Like, there's always going to be some kind of sweat equity. There's always going to be some kind of money you got to spend forward. But if you don't work on your focus muscle and build it properly and cut out all the stuff I talked about in the first half of this, then you're not going to get to where you need to be, and you're going to keep on jumping around. Yes, GrooveCart is free. 100%, Mary. GrooveCart is free. All right. So they made a free version of GrooveCart, and you're going to see that heavily in Slingly soon as well. I mean, Slingly, uploads the GrooveCart, but as well as you're going to see GrooveCart all over the place. All right, getting you even better deals than they're going to give you on the front. All right. Here's another cool strategy that I teach people. Okay, people bought my Build Your Tribes training. So my Build Your Tribes training is amazing stuff. Okay, it shows you I don't even know why I have this price, but for like the 37, for free right here. You can get it right for free. I forgot I made it for free. So you guys can go here and just get it, okay? Just boom, just go over here and get it. And basically over here, it's going to teach you how to do crazy traffic stuff and build followers in a matter of days and all this amazing stuff, okay? And then I have Timothy Johnson on the thing. He's a master at teaching people how to expand something they call growth capital, all right, and mindset. And he's on that training too as well. And here's a cool thing that you can do with this, all right? You could come over here and you could build huge fan pages that have thousands and thousands of followers. Like, I'm telling you, I built Tim's page like over $50,000, 50,000 fans for, I think it was $700. Okay, $700 I built his stuff for. Okay, and literally, you can use the strategies and build your tribe right there. Okay, and then there you go. You can go sell it, make ones in different niches. Like, make ones in the health space, make ones in, or go to ClickBank and see what the top niches are there. Make ones around there. Okay, I teach you the strategy. It's not really that hard. Yes, you're gonna have to spend some money up front to do that, but you can go sell these fan pages to people that are interested. Go into groups, go into forums. Okay, list services. You can even post this on Craigslist. You'd be surprised how many things that you can buy on Craigslist, from Facebook stuff and more. All right, so you have to just expand your mind to how hard you're gonna go. If you're struggling to make money right now, you're gonna have to, like, take it to the next level somehow. You're gonna have to do it. All right, and stop procrastinating. All right, so this is for people that have, like, experience in business. All right, so check these out. So If you have kind of like experience, maybe you ran a brick and mortar shop, or maybe you did a startup before, maybe like, you're whatever. Okay, there's a site out there which I use not all the time, but I use once in a while. And basically what it is you can find experts in fundraising, marketplaces, social media, email marketing, community building, and you can like just go like say click, oh, I want to learn how to fundraise. Well, they start giving you these experts, okay, that have their backgrounds and this is their skill sets, and you can request a call. So no, it's $8.33 per minute. If you have a skill, list your stuff here, become an expert, be able to give good advice, charge what you're worth. This guy said $5 a minute, $4 a minute, $2.50 a minute, $5 a minute. Okay, so it looks like anywhere from $2 to $5 to $2 to $8. Look at this person. Okay, $16 a minute. Okay, so I would look at the profile, and he even has a video showing what he does. Blah 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 blah. All right, and you can do this on this site. You can list. I don't know why you can't shut it off. That's kind of stupid, right? Well, I would fix that bug. But basically, you can read and you can say I've raised over 140 million in joint venture. If he could tell me or give me one connection that I need to pitch investors with my goal or my plan or whatever for $16 a minute, do the math. Okay, so like you can either do this yourself, log in, become an expert, or go get expert advice. All right, that's clarity.fm. I'm gonna put these links in the post. They're gonna be in Keep It Moving announcement section. So you're gonna see them in the announcements, and eventually we're gonna move them to the members area. So it's clarity.fm. Let me get you the link. I'll put it in the chat box. Great site. Another thing, which is a great site, and it's actually this company bought them, is startups.com. Okay, so this is a community of education, community tools to help startups launch faster. So if you want to do a startup, there is communities that are not just on Facebook that exist out there that will help you and give you software and train you and all this other stuff. Like, look, even Neil Patel, okay, customer acquisition guru, has 650 classes, I guess, on startup, right? Just like awesome stuff that you can do here. All right, write a business plan, raise startup capital, track early customers. So like, I'm sure they have some kind of like, join today type of thing like this, but then put where the value is. $29 a month to get access to information like this is pretty damn good, okay? The Slingly products come with mock-ups. If so, where can I find them? Only my design club comes with mock-ups, Letty. All right, so you're my design club, you actually get the physical AI files and PSD files and final mock-ups. Our Slingly print on demand catalog, the global ones, are proprietary designs we made. We don't just give those out for free. However, you can use them to create other products in Slingly. There's a little create new product button, and when you click that button, it'll take our design, and then you can put it on a mug, you can put it on a hoodie, you can put it on a zipper, or whatever like that. Okay, or if you like one of the designs and we don't provide the mock-up, you can always get your own design and tell, hey, listen, I love this design, but I need to do this. Go on Fiverr. Okay, I'm not going to stop you from doing that. I can't stop you from doing that anyway. So it's up to you on how, on how you really want to get going, right? Need networking. This is another important one. Okay, online marketing and entrepreneurship at home could be friggin' boring, right? Now, I haven't really used this site like a lot. I've explored it, but there are networking groups out here, okay? And just there's a ton of them. So you just look in your space, and you may know this already, but this is a good way to meet other entrepreneurs, all right, other than just virtually. I know they're doing virtual rooms now and stuff like that at meetup.com. So it's not like you're meeting up at Barnes and Nobles anymore for a book club. You're meeting up, via Zoom or something like that. Okay, so there's some inspiration there for you guys. This is another big one, which I'm going to drop down for you guys. All right, arbitraging services. That's what we do. We arbitrage life. We buy for low, we sell for high, we give out deals. Okay, hence Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Okay, like I'll have deals on Slingly that are not going to be around next year. Okay, until like these times again. And it's just how the world works. Like, these are business models. All right. If you want to take action, you take action. If you don't, you don't. All right. So basically, you can find clearance, and I wouldn't recommend this to everybody because this is tedious work. But if you're in that situation where you just need something consistent to make money and you don't want to spend money on traffic and build your websites out, then you can find clearance, okay, items. Okay, do your research on that. Look at clearance websites and stuff like that. You can buy low and you can sell on eBay, sell on Facebook Marketplace for an arbitrage. Okay, it is grunt work, to be honest with you. You can actually train probably a VA to do it for you. Okay, it's something that I wouldn't be doing at my level of experience, but I'm just saying that these are things that are out there available to make money. If you're in the situation you need to make friggin' money. All right, become a touchless agency. This is huge. Okay, so touchless agencies is where you're not doing any of the work. You're arbitraging work so that you have an agency site. We specialize in SEO. We specialize in content writing. We specialize in search engine marketing. We specialize in blah, 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 blah. Then you are hiring other agencies, okay, that do this type of stuff for you, all right? And you're paying them directly, and you're charging the client, and you're giving the client reports. That's called a touchless agency, where you're the middleman and they never know these two exist. And it could build momentum and build you up. Yes, you got to put footwork into it. You got to have some kind of agency site. There's many themes you can get if you wanted to go that route. Just go to themeforest.com, okay? And just go type in, watch. You can type in WordPress agency, okay? And you'll find a million agency sites, okay, and portfolio sites that you can get for cheap. If you were to hire a graphic guy to do this for you from scratch, it'll cost you a couple of grand, easy, okay? But what's easier is you buy this for $19 and then you get a programmer and they charge you a few $100 to get the site done for you. That's the easier route, all right? So there's other things that you can arbitrage in your development and in your design work as well to make it a lot more cost effective for yourself, okay? So, okay, Greg Wells has amazing stuff on LinkedIn. So Greg Wells is one of those guys, basically who concentrates on LinkedIn. He has software that goes out and scouts LinkedIn, finds people that would be interested in consulting services. So you may want to check out Greg Wells. I found his link of his thing. I'll put it in the group. I promoted it a long time ago. If you guys need a link, I'll try to find it. But basically, it's a whole course on how to arbitrage LinkedIn and really good stuff. And here's another huge one, okay? Buy books for cheap and resell them on Amazon. Resell them on eBay. You'd be surprised how many people are doing this in the background right now, and you have no freaking clue, okay? You can literally come to a site like this, and I had this open in my other browser, but this browser just took it away. Look at this kind of stuff. You can get bargain books at 75 to 90% off your business, okay? So just ridiculous stuff here. Here, go to bestsellers. Okay, you can say, oh, I'm in the cooking niche. I want to sell a cooking book. Okay, look at this, the Dirty Lazy Keto book. You could get this right here. Watch, I'll just click on something like this. You can get this, and this is the listed price, and this is how much you're getting it for. All right, and then you don't have to say that this is done. You can just get people to buy it. So people will buy it, and look, the author already knows this is happening. The author is getting publicity from this book. They probably have their links in it. They probably have their websites and their knowledge and everything like that. So they don't care. Their books probably sold really well one time and then just didn't sell anymore. And now they just put it to the liquidation services that'll get their books. Or maybe they have thousands and thousands of units of inventory that they bought that now they have to liquidate. They just can't sell it. So you can sell it. You can make niche-based groups around this and sell these type of things, okay? And make yourself money off of other people's work. It depends how much you really are gonna get down and hustling, right? Hustle. Create a membership site. Create a membership site about something. There's a million things you could do with membership sites, membership site software. All you have to do is type that, software. And you can even put free if you want to find the free versions. Top membership software free. Okay, so here's some, membership stuff that you can look at. Member clicks and and stuff like that. A lot of these probably are free, all right, that you can start membership sites with. You can use PayPal for now to take the money. You can manually add them to the membership. Like if you have to start there, if like you don't have all the integrations and IPNs and everything in place, and you have to start there, then you're gonna have to start there. Okay, we used to do that manually. Okay, basically where we had to, we still do it sometimes when the integrations ain't ready and we have to add people manually. There's no way around it. Like, don't worry about it. Just a little work. They're gonna willing to pay you $10, $30 a month. You can add them manually to a membership site. It's kind of part of the game. All right. And be on the lookout. Like, that's what what I'm learning is I'm learning option trading. All right. And option trading is very risky. And there's an in, there's an out, and all this stuff. And I'm very not skilled at this yet. So I can't teach that. I'm actually like know what I'm talking about with this shit. But this is another way to make fast money. But you need money to burn. And if you don't have money to burn, well, then guess what? You don't want to be in this kind of option trading. But like, look at books, invest in your knowledge. I'm reading 3 investment books right now, okay, that I just want to get done. And another thing they said on these, these books I'm telling you to get, like Wealth Can't Wait and Miracle Morning Millionaire, don't feel that you're governed to any book. All right, if it's not resonating with you, move on to the next one. Or don't feel that you have to read it from start to finish. Or even a course, go through the title of contents and look at what resonates with you. And then if that resonates with you, jump around, make some notes, put some sticky pads on. As I'm reading a book or listening to audio, I always have a notepad with me. So I'm just writing this stuff down. Okay. So yeah. All right, guys. What I'm gonna do, because I know that the schedule's packed now. Okay. So I have to get off. I have important meetings, but I also have a special guest coming on tomorrow, e-commerce driven. It's gonna be wonderful. Get on it. It'll teach you how to do stuff for Christmas that you're still not late for. November is when everything starts picking up. Even late November, it's gonna be very big. You want your assets in place, and also, Friday we're doing the same exact thing. So I'm going to follow up with this How to Become a Millionaire series with a good Q&A to get all these questions out. All I ask is that, number one, you come over here to the Facebook group, you go to the announcements, you watch these videos, really start to implement it, and as well as leave me some good comments. Tell me how good of a job I'm doing. Go post to other members and inspire them. Introduce yourself. Okay, it really helps not only move your own self, but it helps the group grow and it helps you meet new people. There may be people in my group. I got over 8,000 people in this group, even some that are multimillionaires in this group, all walks of life that literally are in this freaking group. So you may meet people or network with people that have other businesses that you want to attach to, offer services. Me and John won't block you for offering a service. Like, don't spam my group with affiliate links. We will ban you. But if you offer a legitimate service, like say copywriting or like web design or, stuff like that, don't be afraid to come in the group and say, I offer web design skills. Okay. And, stuff like that. Like, even me and my company, we should be on the lookout for good designers, good copywriters, all stuff like that. You never know where that can lead you. All right, so that's what the Keep It Moving groups was made for.
If you guys got something good, sorry to interrupt. Tag me and Ricky if you guys got something good, because when we go through the groups, if you guys tag us and I look at it, I can approve it quicker. If somebody's just going to post some garbage thing, I'm just going to delete it. But tag me or Ricky so we can check it out and approve it.
All right, guys. All right, so I'm sorry to cut this short, but this was 1 hour exactly. So I'm just doing this because I really feel I want to give to the community and help everybody out. And I hope you take this to heart and you keep it moving and you take massive action. Later, guys.